Hey, my neighborhood's on fire.
Oh yeah, I saw those pictures.
Yeah, well, not my neighborhood. It's like, I don't know. Steph said it was like 8 miles away. I thought it was like 15, but it's definitely closer than I feel comfortable with. And another fire just started literally due east of me. Like, it's on the other side of a mountain, so I'm not worried, but close enough.
I got. Oh, it's backwards for me. I have sarsaparilla.
Sarsaparilla with alcohol?
No,
No.
it doesn't even have caffeine.
What kind of bullshit is that? I just had a giant mocha choca bullshit latte that my wife bought me. Otherwise, I'd be on the floor crying in a circle. I thought it was Wednesday, and it is Tuesday.
Makes it even worse. Yeah, I was gonna say, is your house gonna burn down?
No,
Okay, it's
I like my house.
it's far enough away that it shouldn't get over towards you.
If it gets towards me, we have a lot bigger problems than my house burning down. It's like there's like one more ridge that would have to come up and then burn a lot of grass fields and stuff. And then we're kind of on our own little island on top of that. And we have defensible space because my yard is dirt around my house.
It'll just get to your yard and it'll stop the whole fire.
My yard will stop the whole fire because nothing grows on my land. Yeah, so like the north end of my yard has trees and brown grass, so that would just go in an instant. But where my house is, will be fine.
That's what I was thinking when they were starting all those fires in California, the rioters.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think you guys want to be starting fires out there because sometimes that place just burns down by itself. So,
Yeah, it's I wasn't expecting it to be this bad. Like it's dry, but I didn't think it's like super dry like it is. So, yeah, we just had one start gosh, 3 hours, 4 hours ago, and I can see the plume. So the big fire is over this shoulder to the northwest, and the little fire is like that way, almost due east.
dang.
And if you poke your head through the trees just right, you can see them both at the same time. And I'm pretty sure the world's ending because we got the Ronas, and we got the riots, and we got the fires, and
And they're getting rid of the police.
apparently they're getting rid of the cops. And yeah, I give up. I give up.
I don't necessarily agree with get rid of the police. I agree with make them better.
Well, yeah, I don't think they're getting rid of the police like a lot of people are saying. I mean, I'm sure there's some people that want them, but from what I've been reading, they're talking about taking some funding and moving funding, and they do that all the time anyway with us. So it's like,
Yeah. There was one video I saw where a guy said something that made me think, something I never thought about before.
being a homosexual.
Being, I guess, just being a white guy. um,
Like, yeah,
he said that he's been hearing a lot that black families, when they're raising their kids, they have to have this talk with them about the police that, depending on the situation, it's probably not safe. If there's police there, you should probably, I mean, it's probably dangerous, you know? Whereas I was thinking, I know that my parents always told me when I was a kid, if you're ever in trouble or lost or need help, go find the police. The complete
Yeah.
opposite. I never even thought about it the other way, I guess.
yeah. I mean, growing up, I certainly didn't think about it. As I grew older, and like I don't have like a lot of black friends. Like my best friends are a white dude and a Mexican dude and another white dude. Well, my Mexican dude's like half white, half Mexican. Um, yeah, but like I'm not like super close with anybody who's black or African American or whatever the PC term is this week.
Yeah,
Um,
right. I can't keep
so I
up
don't
with
piss
that either.
anybody off. I don't have like a black friend that I can really think of. Like I know some black people, but I grew up around a couple. But I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna call my friend Tony. I don't have a guy like that, so I don't see it directly, but indirectly, I definitely see that. Like, hey, if you're a black guy and you get pulled over, you're probably extra scared and not grabbing for your phone and stuff. Even as a white guy, I'm like, all right, don't root around, don't grab for my phone.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna grab stuff out of the glove box. I don't have a weapon, but when I say it, I'm like saying it for the officer's comfort. I'm not saying it like, please don't shoot me while I grab this stuff. I'm saying it like, hey man, my stuff's over there. Do you mind if I grab it? To make him more comfortable, him or her. I guess I've never gotten pulled over by a lady cop, but they exist.
I don't think I have either.
And it's not like the movies you see on the internet.
Yeah, it was just something that was interesting. He said it, and I was just like, I had this realization, like, wow, I never thought of it that way. And I can't say I have any black friends. That's not because of choice. It's just because of the places that I've worked and the places that I've been. It's just how it's worked out. I've worked with some before, but I can't say we were like friends, like we went to each other's houses and stuff. We get along fine. I never had any problems, but
like in Illinois, especially where you live, there's not a lot of opportunities to hang out with not white people.
Like I said before, we only had like a couple Mexicans in our town, and that was it. It was just old white farmers. Other than that,
like I went to a more of a suburban school, and there were black kids. There were people from Asia. There were people from Europe. There were people, of all descents and colors and creeds. But still, there was like probably, maybe like half-ish Mexican, half-ish white, and then a small amount of black folk. I don't know. Like, I know that doesn't make sense, but there wasn't a lot of I don't know how, even in the suburbs it wasn't very diverse. There's a lot of white kids.
I think we had it was 2 grades above me. There was one foreign exchange student in high school that was from Japan.
Yeah.
And I want to say I don't even remember. I can't even say where he was from there, but that was it. There was one girl in my class that was from Venezuela for a few years, and then that's about it. It's about as diverse as my town was. But I just wanted to say that just like hit me like, wow, that's
and I'm kind of, with the whole riots and everything, I have family who are cops. I have family who were affected by some of the riots. There was supposedly going to be looting and whatnot, like a block and a half away. And luckily the cops kind of put the kibosh on that. And I have, I guess, I don't know. I don't know anybody directly who's been like racially profiled or anything that I know of, but I certainly wouldn't want anybody to be either.
Yeah, just before I was getting in the shower before we did this, I was listening to the Philip DeFranco show, who's a YouTuber that does the news, and he was talking about the black girl that was shot with the no-knock warrant.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, because he was saying how the police were in plain clothes, and they were just busting the door down. And I was thinking, if that happens here, if I wake up and someone is just breaking the door down and they're not uniformed cops, first thing I'm going for is my gun or a bat or something. Someone's breaking into my house,
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. And like they didn't announce they were police, and dudes started shooting. Hi, Simon.
Woof. Hey, doggy.
Oh, that's really. Hi, doggies. Did you go potty? Oh. Do you need to go potty? think he needs to go potty. Hold on. Sorry. I have a gun. I own a gun. One gun. And yeah, it's definitely not very far from me when I sleep. I live way out in the country. It's 45 minutes for a cop to get here typically, unless one happens to be on a patrol. So I have about 45 minutes to figure it out. That I'm on my own.
Mine's pretty close. It's in our bedroom, but since we have kids in the house, I have one of those. It's like a cable. You open the chamber and you put the cable all the way through and you lock it.
Yep.
So first I'm going to have to go get the key in the dark, go around the bed and then get it, open it up, get the thing unlocked, pull it out, get a clip, put it in. So by that time, if someone's what?
You say get a clip?
A clip.
Clips are for your hair, son.
Get a clip. And I just been playing too many video games.
Get a clip.
But by the time I do that, if someone broke my door down, it doesn't take them that long to go down the stairs. So I don't know if I could do it in time.
If they know where you're at, because your bedroom is not downstairs, it's upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell them where it's Jesus.
It's outside.
It's outside in your car.
Anyway,
yeah.
Unless you got something else to say about it.
No, I think the whole thing. Are we allowed to cuss on here again? Can we?
Yeah,
cuss?
I was planning to a lot. Nobody was home Saturday if we were going to record, and I was just going to go rage.
Okay, well, we're going to get to that, but the whole thing is fucked. You shouldn't be shot because you're a black guy in a car waiting for them to run your license and be like, yeah, whatever your name is. I'm trying to change myself because in the past I would have said things that would probably be construed as inappropriate, even though I don't mean them inappropriately. I mean them in like a funny way, not like in a, it's funny because you're black.
Yeah.
Whatever. A guy shouldn't get shot because he's sitting in his car waiting to get his ticket, or in her bed, or he passed a fake $20 bill. He shouldn't be kneeled on until he dies for 10 minutes. Like, nobody should. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what church you go to. I don't care if you're gay, straight, in between, in the middle, becoming a dude or a girl, or I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't care what you are, what color you are. If you're a good person, bad person, you don't deserve to die for passing a fake 20. You don't deserve to die for a no-knock warrant. I mean, you pull up a rifle on a cop, you're going to get shot.
Mm-hmm.
But it shouldn't be because I was a white guy, they were like talking me down, and a black guy 2 towns over got shot without hesitation. It should be we both either get talked down or we both either get shot, not somewhere or somewhere in between, but it should be the same.
Yeah, for everybody.
Either way, it shouldn't be different because I look different or like anything. I don't understand, and I don't pretend to understand or have a view of what it is like to grow up as a black person in modern society. I know it's different. I know they have it a lot harder. I know it's wrong. I can't sit here and pretend that I can relate because I can't.
Yeah.
I just can't.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I meant with the thing I started with the I was always taught to go find the cops if I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
That reminds me, I have a recommendation if you haven't seen it already. On YouTube, if you search Dave Chappelle, I think it's on the channel that says it's called Netflix is a Joke, I think.
Yeah.
It's like 27 minutes. It's kind of a stand-up thing, but it's more of like a real talk about what's going on than comedy.
Yep.
It's
very good. I've seen part of it. I haven't seen the whole thing, but it is excellent, and it kind of makes light of it, gets you engaged, but is very serious at times as well, right?
Yeah, I'll link it in the description if you want to see it. Just click the link.
I got the Rona.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I haven't gotten that yet somehow. That's still around.
Hold on. I got to get dinner out of the oven.
I'll drink my My
I
sarsaparilla.
literally, I
Not a.
walked in the door. I set a trailer down. I walked in the door. I let the dogs out. I used the bathroom, and I got on here. So dinner, you're going to hear it right now. Do you hear it?
Mm-hmm.
Hi. Don't judge me because I'm fat, but I'm going to eat this whole barbecue pizza.
I think if it's the size of a plate, it only counts as one serving.
It's definitely one serving. And I have this delicious Colorado core from Breckenridge Brewing.
I saw that in your picture of the fire. I was like,
Yeah.
hey, what beer is he drinking? And I saw Breckenridge. What is that? Is it like a apple thing?
It's a crisp, semi-sweet apple blonde ale with a dry finish.
Nice.
It's apple cidery, but it's good. It's very good. Try it if you get it. It's from Breckenridge Brewing.
I haven't had Breckenridge in a long time. They got some good stuff.
It's very good. It's a very summer drinkable, light flavor. You know, it's not like real heavy, and you're not gonna drink it and be like, oh, one and done. It's a very good summer beer in my opinion, or fall beer.
I've been into this stuff. Here, I'll show you. It's mead in a can.
Oh.
Blackberry mead. It's carbonated. It's 6.5%. And I went to get some more because there's only one liquor store that has it, and they didn't have it on the shelf, so I had to ask the girl. And she brought out like a whole, not a case, but like a whole flat.
A flat?
Yeah. And I was like, oh, I want to buy that whole thing, but I don't want to spend that much. And she's like, well, if you buy the whole thing, you get 10% off. And I was like, damn it. Like, I'm just going to come back here next weekend and get more. All right, I'll take it. So I got the whole thing.
Nice.
All right. So I wanted to say that stuff before I get into my rage, my rant, which I've lost a lot of my initial rage at the moment. So it's probably not going to be, I'm not going to be yelling about it like I was the other day. Woosah.
Okay, go.
All right. So a short summary in case any of you watching right now don't know what all happened. I bought a car April of 2019. I drove that car. When I bought the car, I bought the aftermarket warranty with it. I said, I will not buy this car without the warranty. And they said, oh, okay, we'll find you one. Here you go. Have this one. I said, okay, good. Didn't read it because I've had it before on my car, my last car, and it was always great. I said, hey, this is broken. They paid for it. It was done. So I bought the car. I drove it for 6 months. I drove it to Illinois with my family for Thanksgiving. The engine blew up in Illinois. We left it there. We flew back to Colorado. I got it towed to 3 different places within 60 miles of each other until I found a place that would work on it. So over the months, the warranty company sent an inspector out. The inspector denied the claim for a false reason. I sent proof that he was wrong with a note from a lawyer saying that he was wrong. Please pay me the money. They ignored me. I called them multiple times. They said they won't talk to me. During that time, the dealer that had it found that the turbo was bad, worn out, needed to be replaced. They denied that claim. I got a loan for $13,000 and I paid for it myself until my grandfather passed away and I got a little bit of money, so I was able to pay that loan off. So I don't have 2 loans on the car right now. So that, I don't know if you call it lucky or not, but that's what happened. Unlucky, lucky. But so that's taken care of. I have a lawyer calling them right now because they said their legal department will talk to a lawyer, but they won't talk to me. So he's working on that for $275 an hour, which is a discount. Okay. So then the car gets done. Laura and I fly out to Illinois. We go and get the car. We drive the car from Dixon to Lamoille to the farm. As soon as we get there, I open the hatch. I see the bumper's broken. It's like a foot crack across it. So right away, I take pictures. I call the dealer. I say, hey, I just got to my first place after leaving you. I saw the bumper's broken. And he said, well, call back tomorrow because the service manager's gone. So we're still driving back to Colorado. So I take pictures. I email him the pictures, like when we get to the hotel. He says, all right, no problems. Get an estimate and send it to me. And I don't know that he said we'll take care of it, but he said, get an estimate and send it to me and we'll go from there. So we get back on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I call a couple places. I get to a body shop on Tuesday. It gives me an estimate. The estimate is $1,058. I send that. The bumper cover costs $500 by itself. So
wow.
I send that to them that day, Tuesday. A week goes by. I email the dealer again and say, hey, I sent you this stuff. What's going on? He I don't know if he ignored me or what, but I didn't hear from him. Within that time, I dropped the car off at McDonald Volkswagen in Littleton, which is by far the best Volkswagen dealer, by far the best car dealer I've ever dealt with. These people have been awesome so far. So I dropped the car there after I had it back for 1 week because it had the evap check engine light. And I noticed a couple things. There was a squeaky noise. It sounded like the suspension was rattling somewhere when I was driving on these crappy roads out here. Told him all that stuff. And then the next week, which will be the second week that I sent the estimate in, they still didn't get back to me. So I called them, said, what the hell's going on? The lady said, the guy's not here. I don't know enough about it. I'll talk to him. We'll call you Monday. I said, okay, fine. I don't have the car right now anyway, so it doesn't matter that it gets done today. So the Volkswagen dealer here calls me and says, hey, actually, they sent me a video. The tech is showing me what he found, and he is telling me. It was pretty cool.
Wow.
And I have like a text that I can text the service guy that's working on it anytime I want. He'll text me back. It's really cool. I like it a lot. So he had found that the squeaky noise was that the Dixon dealer had installed the radiator hose incorrectly, like at the wrong angle, and the cooling fan was rubbing on the hose, and it's like this far from blowing, which could have happened anywhere within 1,000 miles from Illinois to here.
Yeah, on your brand new engine.
Yeah. So that's one thing. Dixon's going to have to pay for that one. I'm not paying for that one. The next thing is he found that the evap system is completely filled with fuel. All the lines, the charcoal canister, and it is purging fuel into the intake.
How the hell would that happen?
So there is a valve in the fuel tank that lets fuel vapor out into the charcoal canister. Well, apparently that valve went bad and it was just open. So fuel's just going in there. So that, it's built into the fuel tank. So the fuel tank needs to be replaced along with the lines, the charcoal canister, all of it. That's going to cost $4,000. So I said, hey, here's a number to the warranty company. Good luck with them, but call them anyway. He called them. They were supposed to send an inspector out. They didn't. They called me and said, that's not covered under your contract.
What?
So that is also denied. Engine denied. Turbo denied. Evap system denied.
What is covered?
Nothing. I don't even know that they're a real company at this point.
Yeah.
So I got all that. The dealer here is supposed to be calling the dealer there and figuring out if there's something they can do. The service manager at the one here brings his Dodge Viper to our shop to get work done. It's the only place he'll bring it. So my manager talked to him, told him what's going on. They're trying to work something out for me. I know I'm going to get stuck with just paying for it, whatever they come up with. So I don't have the car again. I've been driving the truck for like a week and a half again now. It's 93 degrees out there every day. The window doesn't work. No. I didn't finish my... Okay, so all that happened. And then today, or yesterday, I don't remember what day it is, maybe yesterday, I get an email from the Dixon, Illinois dealer saying that they deny paying for my bumper.
What the fuck?
So in my rage mode, I wrote him an email, which I could read you. It's not really that bad. It basically just says, hey, I brought my car to you guys. I paid you all this money. You guys had my car. It's obvious that you guys pushed my car with another car when it didn't run. I can see the imprints. So I already have a lawyer on this whole thing from the warranty company. I've already written a complaint to the Colorado Dealer Board about the dealer I bought it from, which I didn't send yet, but I have it ready to go.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm very practiced in all of this right now. So please reconsider and let me know when you have. Something like that. So he just wrote me back later and said, I've forwarded this message to my general manager and he will handle it. And that's the last I heard of it.
Yeah.
So all that's gone on. I got screwed on the engine. I got screwed on the turbo. I got screwed on the evap system. Now I'm getting screwed on the bumper. There has to be some type of consumer protection that will prevent stuff like this from happening. Is there not? Like, I did find one thing. Here, let me tell you how good my luck is. I found the EPA has a warranty on emission systems.
Mm-hmm.
I read the document.
70,000 miles, right?
It said 8 years, 80,000 miles. So I sent that to the dealer here. They checked it out. My car went out of that time frame last month. And the only reason it's taken so long is because I've been screwing with these warranty people for so long. They're the ones that it's taken 7 months. The car's been in the shop longer than I've been driving it. So my manager at work told me, he's like, call Frank Martino. He's got a radio show. He likes to help people with weird problems like this. And I was like, all right, I'll try anything. So I wrote him this email that was this long, just telling him everything so that he could decide, if he wanted to talk to me or whatever. So I got an email from them, said, all right, give us a call and you could talk to him. I was like, okay, cool. So I called today, right after I ate my food, right after noon. Mm-hmm. I called them. The lady said, what's your name and what are you calling about? I said, Corey, used car aftermarket warranty. So then I was on hold for 50 minutes. Then it was like I had to tell him the facts fast. Like, I bought this car this day. I drove it for 6 months. The engine blew up. The warranty company denied the engine claim for this reason, which is not. I have proof that it's wrong. And then he would interrupt and he would talk. And then I'd have to talk to him and correct him or tell him the facts. And then, okay, next, the turbo. Okay, then I went and got it. And it was just like super fast. Like I'm trying to tell him the best things that I can in the couple seconds I have to talk. And then he's like, oh man, this is crazy. Don't go away. We'll be right back. And then he went to commercial for 15 minutes.
Yeah, because this is a radio show, right?
Yeah. And I only got to talk for like 5 minutes in between the commercials. Commercial comes back. I finally get to tell him, and I get it back here, and then the evap system goes out, and it needs $4,000 to replace that. And then he's talking, and I'm trying to tell him the details, and it was just like it was so stupid way to do it. And I didn't know it was going to be like that. I thought it was going to be more of a, maybe he has a show and you talk to him for 20 minutes about the thing or, whatever. And then he says, all right, well, call this lawyer because we've worked with him before. He does this stuff all the time or whatever, just point me in the right direction to talk to someone that can help me. But then he brings in another call and he's like, this guy's got a positive thing about an aftermarket warranty. The guy brought it in for like a rocker issue that was an issue on that vehicle. The inspector came and looked at it, and the inspector's like, oh, well, the water pump's leaking. Why don't you do that? And why don't you do this as long as you got it apart? And they paid for all of it and gave him like a week's of a rental car for free. And then he went to break, and then the lady got back on, and she's like, okay, he's done with you. And I was like, what? I was like, that's it. So it was not helpful whatsoever. It just was a big waste of time.
Well, yeah, he's creating entertainment for people who listen to talk radio all day, which I don't. I personally can't stand it. Sorry. I'm interested in your story because I know you and I know the saga of this car, but like Joe Schmo off the street, I'd be like, stop it. I don't care.
I thought it was going to be more of a at least talk about it and get some real resources or something. So I was looking for other places to send it to just to like talk to people and tell them, and like maybe someone will hear it that can help, that knows, or knows something. I sent it into the Joe Rogan podcast just to see.
Ooh.
So maybe he'll be flying me out to California to do that. I don't know.
Yeah, the aftermarket warranties, man. I don't know. I feel like you got to really watch what you're buying and watch what you're doing. Even still, I don't know. You never know what you're getting into until it's time to be like, hey, I need this warranty, and they're like, hey, go fuck yourself.
You have to read all of it, and I didn't read it because I've had them before and it had always been fine. So I didn't think it'd be any different than any other one. But you have to read it all, and if you don't, then they just say, well, fuck you.
Yeah.
So I can't sue them or anything because they have it in the contract that if I disagree with their decision, that we have to go through arbitration and mediation and then go to court. And I have to pay half of all of that.
Yep. And then if you get to pay it all, don't you?
I have to pay half of it, of everything, of their guys and my guys and everything, where that could end up being a lot really fast. Whereas right now, say, because I already paid for the engine and turbo, say I was to pay for the evap system, if nothing else broke on this car ever in the next 7 years, and I paid it off, I'll be into this car for $40,000. And right now, if everything was working, I could only sell it for 15. And I owe 22 on it or something.
You owe 22 plus all the money you just put into it, right?
So Tom Martino basically said, either you just pay for it and eat the cost, or you let him repossess it and file bankruptcy. I was like, oh, okay. I haven't thought about both of those already. Thanks for your help.
Yeah, thanks, douche. Well, yeah, now that would have been the thing to do before you put the motor in it. Now you're fucking into it. And
oh, yeah. I would, if I would have done that before I paid anything, that probably would have been the way to go. But now if I do that, I'm not out all my credit from filing bankruptcy. I'm also out $13,000 that I just threw away.
Cash that you had in hand.
Yeah, I had it.
Because $13,000 will still buy a decent used shit box while your credit sucks and get you through it.
I actually buy probably a decent shit box.
Yeah, that's what I mean. A decent shit box. Yeah. Oh, Corey, I'm sorry, man. Fuck. I don't even know what to.
Because he was like, and you want to keep this car? And I was like, no, I don't know how to get out of it. And then he's just kind of, he didn't think of that. How do you get out of it? You don't get out of it. Yeah. You're screwed with it forever.
Yeah, that's the scary part, and it's just money, but it's a lot of fucking money. Like I say that when little shit, $500 shit fucks me, I'm go, fucking, it's just money. I'll make more. But yeah, like $20,000-$40,000. Yeah, that's more than fuck it. I'll make more.
So to kind of put that into perspective, before I bought this car, I looked at it. It was 2019, so I looked at a brand new 2019 Golf R with 20 miles on it, and it was $40,000. It was like 38. So if I would have bought a brand new one with no miles, I would have spent less money than I'm going to end up spending on this car. That is a 2012 with miles, with almost 80,000 on it.
Yeah, I mean that was my place when I had my issue in November when I wrecked my truck. It was like buy another shit box and just keep doing that. And anymore, it used to be when we were kids, it was like $750 maybe. You could buy a running shit box to get you around.
Mm-hmm.
You can't touch anything for like less than $2,000 around here if it runs. So, all right, well, I'm going to buy something that's crap and spend $3,000. Or I can go look at used cars. So I looked at used cars. Used cars were cool, whatever. But the money for something that I would want to drive used was only a couple grand less than buying it new. So I went and I bought a new one, and it worked out for me. It's a big payment. It's a big pain in the ass. I wasn't expecting it. Didn't have a lot of cash to put down on it, but I did what I could. And I like my truck. I'm very happy with my truck, but not everybody can do that. I've also never made payments on a car before I bought this truck. So yeah, it's such a, I don't know, buying cars, I stressed about it. I still stress about it. Like, oh man, what if my truck starts having problems, and it's got a factory warranty still for another 20,000 miles plus. It's, I don't know, man. You put so much money into just a basic car anymore. By the time you get something you want and you won't enjoy, it's just so much money tied up into it.
Well, and I bought this car because every car I have is always almost the car I want. Like the GTI I had it was an automatic, and I hated it. I hated it the whole time. The car was great. The transmission sucked. It was terrible. I hated that. This one was all-wheel drive. I'm like, oh man, that's awesome. I want that. This one's a 6-speed. Awesome. I want that. It's got all the stuff. It's got all the options. What was the other thing I had? I had when I was in high school, I had the Roush Mustang, but that was an automatic. I hated it. I love the car. I hated transmission. Again, it's almost the car I want. And that's happened. I had the Mazda 3. I really wanted the Mazda Speed 3. Couldn't afford it. So I got the Mazda 3. Great car, not the one I wanted.
Yeah.
So finally, I found the car I wanted. And I went up, I was only paying like $250 a month, was like the most I'd ever paid. And I was like, that's all I wanted to pay. So I made an exception to pay $345 a month for this car, so I could have the car I want finally when I'm 34. Mm-hmm. And now I don't have it. I still don't have it. And I still have to, and I have to pay for it.
Yep. It's not very fun. Yeah. This sucks, man. It's like I don't have anything. Like, I've been nice for so long. When the warranty guy called me and said they're not covering the evap system, I was sitting in the lunchroom and I basically lost my mind on him. I had the sense of mind to say, understand, I'm not yelling at you. It's your company. Your company has been screwing me for 7 months for this amount of money. It was like uncontrollable shaking, like holding the phone, like. I've been there. Oh yeah.
And then when I got done with him, I went outside. I called the dealer that has the car, told them about it. I called the lawyer. You ever laugh cry? Where you're just like, I did that today.
You're like so pissed off and like you want to cry, but you're just laughing because it's so fucked. Yeah.
I did that today with a 61 Pontiac Catalina. I was taking the rear wheels off, but you can't get the tire out from between the drum and the quarter panel unless you jack the car up, the body up.
Yeah.
And I was like,
you can't pick up by the axle.
Are you kidding me?
I do that like once a week at work. Like, oh god, man. I did that today. I was trying to take this crossbar off a Mac hood, and the boss is like, "Oh, just take these 3 bolts off. No big deal." Well, this bar ties into the hinges that tilt the hood. And I'm like, "This isn't working. Just take the hood off. Why can't we just take the hood off? Because we're replacing it anyway in a week." Let's just take the hood off. It'll take me 5 minutes once the hood off. The hood will take 10 minutes to get off, and we'll be done. And I don't have to sit out here in the 95-degree sun in smoke, baking my brains out, breathing this crap.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh, it just pops off. I'm like, have you ever done this? It doesn't just pop off, you jackass.
Pop it off, guy.
Yeah, it was to the point, because then he's standing over me, and he's just sitting there with his arms crossed, like, is it giving you trouble? I got to the point I was like, just pop it off, jackass. I didn't say that because he's my boss, but I was just like, man, get the fuck away from me before I freak the fuck out on somebody. When I first got off the truck and into the shop, I was really bad for like 6 months. I mean, they'd ask me to do something. I'd be like, nope. Why not? Because I'm not fucking doing it. That's why. Go get somebody else. And they were like, now I'm like, I'm a smart ass because I always am. And I'm like, they're like, oh, can you go do this? And I'm like, sure. Where's it at? Oh, it's over blah, blah, blah. Okay. And I go and I do it. And I'm like, whatever. I'll do whatever you ask. Man, fuck you. He's standing there and just got his arms crossed. And I'm like, hey, why don't you go? What did I have to tell him? We were taking bolts out and stuff. And he's just standing there watching me. And I'm like, hey, why don't you go grab the strap so we can lift this thing? Because our straps are in one spot away from the tools. Blah, everything's set up like the state. I mean, the government.
Like a heavy equipment shop.
Like a heavy equipment shop. And he's just standing there. And I'm like, dude, if you're going to be here, help. Otherwise, go fuck off somewhere else, and I'll call you when I'm ready. Like, my fuse for that just... And he's the leader. So I put in for this job, so I'm a little salty that I didn't get it. And I'm, like, having to lead the leader, telling him, like, go grab the straps. Go do this so you can fucking help me when you do this. Because he's sitting there rushing me like, oh, they're going to paint this right away. We got to get this in right now. And I'm like,
it's like,
oh, hell.
It's like, hey, you better hurry up over there.
Sitting there, like, imagine I don't work for the city of anybody, but imagine a city worker when you drive by and you see like 4 city guys, one guy's digging and there's like 3 guys standing around.
Yep.
It's that, except he's the one standing around. He tells me all the time, you need to quit talking to so-and-so because you're not getting enough done. And this other guy, so you remember that speech Terry gave us about Jarrett stroking?
Mm-hmm.
And we were all like, oh man, Jarrett's finally going to get fucked. This is great. And then Terry's like, you guys need to start stroking. And we're like,
yeah, because
we've told this story on here before, right?
Yeah, kind of. I don't know if we told like what was actually going on. Terry was saying like, he's like, look at Jared. He's just over there stroking. You were like, yeah, that guy doesn't do a damn thing.
He like fucks around all day to put a window fucking regulator in,
but
because he's stupid.
The point he was trying to make was that he's stroking like he's the one that's rowing
doing
the work.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that's doing the work, and we're not stroking, and we should be stroking.
Yeah, and I was just like, I think you, me, and Ross were standing there staring at each other, sitting in that stupid, shitty break room. We're like, at first we're all like, fuck yeah, fuck Jarrett, get him. And then he started like, you guys need to start stroking. We're like, what? We need to what? Yeah, really getting at. That's not what stroking means, Terry.
No.
Terry.
So just
fuck that guy.
That's the kind of guy that we used to work for. So here's a good example of who I work for now. Customer came in to pick up his Corvette. I don't even know what. Which it was. Was it what?
Was it red?
It was orange.
Oh, there's no song about orange Corvettes.
No. Anyway, I don't know what it was in there for. Maybe just a detail or something, because I didn't see anyone do anything with it. Anyway, he was so happy with it that he gave him $100 tip.
Ooh-wee.
So, and I didn't know that yet. Manager comes back. I'm masking up that Pontiac. And the other guy's putting together the other car. The other guy's doing another thing. So the other guy's on vacation. So there's only 3 of us in the shop now. He's like, hey, how about we get pizza Friday? And I was like, sure. He's like, that guy with the Corvette just gave me $100 for doing such a great job. So I thought I'd get you guys pizza. It's like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, man. That's cool.
So those are
We
the kind of people I work for now.
me and the boys at work, we get together and we do lunches and stuff. We have a little barbecue out back, so we'll like I brought beef in from the neighbor's farm one day, some hamburgers, and we made those, and we made hot dogs, and like we all chip in a $5, and that works out pretty good. But we don't get tips. We don't have customers in that way.
Yeah.
Be cool if we did, though.
I don't think I've actually like gotten a tip myself. Like the customers, like, here's $5.
We got beer. When we were at Terry's, people gave us beer, and Terry would freak out.
Anytime I think of that guy, I'm just like, what the
fuck is wrong with him? Yeah. That's who I work for now. Another Terry. Not so crazy, but just as useless.
Oh, I was going to say, those kind of people piss me off that say stuff like that to you, that always say, are you done yet? So yeah. the guys that I work with now, not that they're just that they say it, just like, shut up. They say, they're like, same one. And I just like, nope. just because that's just how they've worked. They're like 60 and that's how they've worked their whole life. But
yeah,
especially now that I'm pissed off every day and trying to keep it together, I'm just like, just don't talk. Just fucking go away. Leave me alone. The one
guy. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
The one older guy that does all the detailing and sanding and buffing and stuff. He is always talking about nothing. Oh yeah, fucking it. And then my neighbor girl, and I know how I'm gonna get a mask. I'm gonna go get her dirty panties. And I'm gonna wear them on my face.
Yeah,
and he talked about that for 4 hours. Just that.
There's the old guy who doesn't listen but kind of listens and then chimes in with random shit, and you're just like, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. Go listen to Rush Limbaugh, you dick. And then there's the not quite as older guy, but still 50 plus, who just says the same shit every day. And you're like, just kill yourself. Just fucking go away, please. There's the middle-aged guy who's like, 40s-ish, who thinks he's fucking hot shit, and he's like basically just coasting already. Then there's the young guns who think they know everything, but don't really know a lot of shit, which I think that's where I'm at right now. I'm still a young gun in my shop. There's a guy who knows a lot, shuts his fucking mouth and just fucking works. And he can be anywhere from like 40 to 60, but there's always that guy around. There's the boss who's clueless, has no idea what's actually happening, but thinks he runs the world and everybody likes him, and he's the king shit, and without him the world would stop. And then there's the other boss who's just dumber than a box of fucking rocks. That seems to be in every shop that I've found.
I think I'm the guy that just works and doesn't bother anybody. I come in and I'm sanding or I'm masking or I'm painting, and I don't talk to anybody. And it always ends up they talk to me and then I have to talk to them. But I don't normally go talk to anybody on purpose unless I have something specific to tell them about something. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm somewhere in the middle because I like talking to people, but not like annoying them. Like I'll swing by and like be walking by a bay and see somebody struggling, like, hey, can I help you? Can I? Oh yeah, or they'll be like, no, fuck off. But I don't like sit there and just hang out for hours. I'm like, hey, did you have a good weekend? Oh yeah. Oh, cool, man. All right, well, cool.
Oh, how's the weather? Yeah. I talk to the one young guy, but it's usually about whatever I'm listening to at the time.
Yeah.
And they say something, and then I'm like, hey, did you hear about that? This thing happened, or did you know this? And we talk about it for a minute, and then we go back to work, and that's about it.
Yeah, like the guy in the bay next to me, he's about my age. He's super knowledgeable, way smarter than me, like with diagnostics and stuff for sure. He's really good, and I'm glad he's around because like it's someone I can talk to and not want to kill. We just sit there. We make fun of everybody all day. They'll like walk by. We have a field guy who doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. Like he was doing a pinpoint diagnostic, and he's like almost 40, I think, and he didn't know like a diagnostic flow chart. You could follow one of those. If this, then that. If this, then this. Yes or no. He was struggling through that shit, and it's just like, dude, what the fuck are you even doing? Get the fuck out of here.
Oh,
and he happens to be the one who took my truck, so I'm also a little bitter. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm a little bitter.
That reminds me of something I kept forgetting to tell you about that somebody told me. And it goes along with what I was telling people. Please leave your automotive questions in the comments so that we can talk about them and correct stupid shit. So the guy he was telling me, I don't even remember how we got talking about it, but because I think he said something like, hey, you should get a turbo timer. And I'm like, yeah, but I try not to just like shut my car off right away as soon as I stop. So I don't really need to spend the money on one and then have it installed and all that crap. He's like, yeah, they're really cool. They're like, when you shut the car off, it spins the turbo and it sucks cold air through for like however long you have it set. It keeps spinning the turbo so that it sucks cold air through and cools it all off. And I was like, oh yeah, that's what it does. All right, bye.
Shut up.
I didn't. I'm just like, okay, yeah, all right, see ya.
Yeah, I do that a lot. Oh, my boss's boss. Now, I've never seen this. Maybe someone could comment. A Cummins 6B or 4B. He said he just press new liners in if you need to. I never seen no Cummins 4B or 6B with liners. A C, a Charlie, a 4C or a 6C could have liners. Usually does, but it's a totally different geometry. Mm-hmm. Totally different engine. A 12B does not have press-in liners. A 12B is a solid block. Now, you could mill it for like performance reasons or if you had a bad cylinder and put a sleeve in it, but it is not designed to be a O-ring sleeve type engine from the factory.
Yeah.
My ops goes around saying shit like that. He said, I forget exactly the wording, but a Cummins ISX motor, like a 15 liter. He said all the shit he knew about the Cummins ISX, blah, 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 ISX, blah, blah, blah. One of the other guys, sorry, the dogs keep making noise behind me, so I keep looking. One of the other guys pulls the valve cover off to run the overhead on it. And the boss looks in there and he goes, I didn't know the ISX had twin cams. They all have twin cams. There's 2 cams in every. I've never seen one without 2. Not that I'm an ISX expert, but I'm pretty sure the geometry is the same on every ISX. Maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong before. If I'm wrong, put it in the comments down here and tell me I'm a jackass. But just shit that he says that's just like, number one, why are you talking about it? Nobody gives a shit. Number 2, I feel like you're wrong. So, it's usually like, I'll be like to my buddy, I'll be like, hey, does that sound right? And he'll be like, that don't sound right.
So not that I knew that because I don't follow Cummins engines. But if I did, I would know the difference between them. So those of you who don't know what he was talking about with the sleeves, it's, if you know where the piston is, piston goes up and down. Some of them have sleeves for that piston to be in, and some of them you can take them out and put a new sleeve in the cylinder.
Some engines are just an engine block. It's machined. That is what it is from the factory. Some engines are machined and then have a sleeve that goes in them. Then some engines that are from the factory, not sleeved, you can machine them and put a sleeve in there if you damage a cylinder.
You can save it.
You can save the engine, which used to be a lot more popular on older engines. Mm-hmm. Newer engines, I don't know if they really do that much because they're so tight tolerances and engineered But like an old Civic 350, you could put a sleeve in.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that in a very long time of people
Yeah.
doing that.
Diesel engines, especially the bigger you go, typically it has sleeves, and we're talking like 13 liters, 15 liters, not your pickup truck.
Like semi-size engines.
Semis and bigger. Trains, especially trains do that a lot. On a train, you call it a power pack, where it's a rod, a piston, and a sleeve, and it comes as a unit, and you just bloop, drop it in.
Huh.
Bolt the head back on, and away you go.
Is there a way to secure that sleeve in there? Or does it fit tight enough?
It fits tight. Usually it pushes down. A lot of the ones I've seen have like an O-ring, and then the head holds the sleeve in the block. Huh. So there's like a machined bottom piece and a machined top piece, yeah. And the head holds it down into the block. And there's usually an O-ring to seal the water around that sleeve. To keep that side of it sealed.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, especially if you're the boss and you're working on that stuff all the time, I mean, you should probably know some of that stuff.
Well, I just, if you're the boss and you're like, hey, I'm the paperwork boss, that's what I do. Great, you do paperwork. Like, that's fine. But don't, I really don't like it when people talk about things they have no idea what they're talking about. And I'll admit, I've done it. I've said things incorrectly or thought things incorrectly or what have you. But when they like stick to their guns and you're like, no, right here, that's not the case. And they're like, no, that book is wrong. That book from the manufacturer, that's no. I kind of get annoyed by that. It's just my pet peeve, I guess.
That reminds me of the guy I worked with at Frontier that knew everything. He'll tell you about everything. But one day he said to me, can gas engines be turboed too? And I was like, yeah.
Nah, that doesn't work. That's not really started or anything either. Yeah, I'm sorry you're having bad luck with your car, and I'm sorry I have bad luck with my job, and fuck it. The Rona is here and going, and the riots are seeming to calm down, and Colorado's on fire, which makes me sad, but I can't fix any of that. So I'm drinking beer, and I'm welding shit, and I'm going on trips, and fuck it all.
I want to weld shit. I want to have a place to fix my four-wheeler, really. It's just rotting away now.
Four-wheeler and weld shit. Have you seen my rack I've been building?
Yeah.
Put a picture of it here. It's pretty awesome. I'm pretty stoked. You know when you like build something and it works and you're like, holy shit.
Holy shit, it works. Yeah.
That's what I'm at. Like, my measurements all came out so far. I'm knocking on wood.
Oof.
He heard me knock on the table. He can hear it. All my measurements line up. Like, everything looks... Oi! Nobody's here. Hush. Simon wants to talk. Everything's working, and I'm amazed by it. So I'm just going to keep going with it. I got a big box on it, and I got some tools on it. I got another couple things to do, and I'll have my tent, my awning on it. And I'm super excited about that. And I've been four-wheeling. You got to put some pictures here, and maybe one there. I've been four-wheeling, and it's been awesome. And I've been all over the place, and I'm finally, like, not wanting to stab people on the street. You got to do that. You got to find that for you.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think I'm stuck here until Gwen's 18. Because if not, I would have to buy a house, and then when I can go wherever I want, sell that house and buy another house. Within 5 years of right now. So
yeah. I was gonna say, Gwen, 13.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have 5 years. Start making plans, getting
Oh,
everything set up.
in
Think
five
about what you want,
in five
then pull the trigger.
years, there's gonna be nothing left in my truck or my 4-wheeler but dust and tires.
Oh
um,
man, I had to buy tires for my brand new truck.
oh, I have to get
Talk about
tires.
that last time.
No, I've been putting off getting tires for my truck because I'm supposed to be getting my car back, which I'm gonna have to buy tires for before winter anyway.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you, Corey.
But the tires on this truck are so bad that I don't even think they can balance them anymore. It's fucking shakes so bad. The hood goes
Those
back
are
and
the tires
forth.
you bought when we worked at Terry's.
Yeah. They've been on there for at least 10 years.
Yeah, they're definitely out of date. You need tires.
But I don't want to spend $600 or $800 on tires just to get my car back after spending the money on that thing and then have to buy $600 worth of tires for that car before winter.
I just paid $11.50 for tires for my pickup.
Yeah. I got those Hancooks that are on the truck. They were like $600 at Terry's.
Go on simpletire.com. I've been having a lot of luck with them lately.
We can get a discount from somewhere through the shop, but a lot of places don't like it when you bring your own tires in and have them mount and balance them. We don't have that stuff at our shop. They have it at the other shop.
Yeah.
And it'd just be some kind of big hassle to get them all over there and do it because I don't have a key to that shop. I have a key to this shop.
Do you know any of the mechanics up there at all?
No, like a lot of them got laid off and I don't know who's left over there anymore. I mean, I'm sure I could do it, but it would be such a big hassle that it'd just be worth it just to pay, just to have, maybe the place that I bring my car and truck to get the oil change and stuff done, maybe they would do it because I've been going there for so many years.
Discount Tire too. They'll match just about anybody advertised price. So, like I found my tires on Walmart's website for $33 less than everybody else. And I just showed it to the guy at discount. And he goes, "Okay, $169." And I was like,
Think-
"Cool." Yeah. He's like, "Yeah, we match, no problem."
I think I interrupted something that you were going to talk about, but I also had something else I wanted to say a while ago that I keep forgetting. Laura went downtown with the protesters.
Whoa.
Right? She said before that weekend that she went, she's like, I think I'm going to do something stupid. She's like, I want to go downtown and protest. And I'm like, well, make sure you put the house in my name before you leave. And so like the riots and stuff were done by then. She said it was all peaceful protesters. So she got like a couple boxes of granola bars and like a big pack of bottled water. And she just like stood on the side of the big groups and just was handing them out to people.
That's pretty rad. Good for her.
Gwen went down there with her, and her friend made some signs, Black Lives Matter signs, so they got to do that.
I 110% stand behind anybody who wants to peacefully protest anything they want. They could protest for Mickey Mouse for president, whatever the fuck they want to protest. I 110% support that and think you should do it at least once in your life.
I watched the kid. I stayed home with Will, and then we were going to go to the park, and then that big-ass storm came through as we were walking over there, and we're maybe this was a bad idea. As soon as
before we get killed.
As soon as we were getting back to the parking lot, the wind came up and blew all the pine needles off the trees, and it was super scary looking.
Was that Juparo thing that came through?
Yeah, it was like 2 weekends ago.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, I was driving to Silverton. I just got my tires, and it hailed on my truck, and it dented it in 3 spots.
Oh,
and they're all on the hood, and they're all in the driver's view, and I'm so mad about it.
I know a guy. He fixed all the dents on my car for like, it was like $150. Even the crease. You probably have to come up here.
Okay.
If you're ever up here, tell me, and I'll get his number or something.
Well, I was going to come up there And then they canceled my Overland Expo in August. But I might be coming to Fort Collins in August. But I'm helping with an event called the Colorado Gambler 500, where you take a $500 shit box and you drive all over the mountains, and you try not to get stuck anywhere. And if you get stuck, I come along and pull you out. It's a lot of fun, and it's redneck-tastic, and I can't wait. I guess I'm going to be part of the support crew of people with big trucks. Big trucks? I don't have a big truck, but with four-wheel drives that run and get people out.
Our car show at work actually is canceled.
Oh.
I thought that was stupid. Especially now. It would be like, what number's today? 16?
Yep.
I think it would be like next weekend.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe next month. I don't know. Anyway, Will and I have been going to the Sonic car show the last 2 Fridays.
Yep.
Not one person there had a mask on. And last weekend, there was probably at least 50 cars there.
Wow. I remember that car show down there. I went to that a few times.
So we went there 2 weekends in a row. No one had a mask on. Some people were wearing them around their neck. And we can't have a car show at the shop. If people want to come, they should be able to choose that they want to come, and maybe make them wear masks if you feel like you have to. But let people have a car show, I think.
Yeah, I'm on the fence with it because, like, I'm just fed up with it all. But at the same time, like, I get it. It's going to help keep it from spreading. But, man, if you're sick, stay home.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
it's still an issue on the reservation because all them people don't fucking listen. And now I sound like a big racist by saying them people, but it's a totally different culture. And, yeah, that's enough. That's all I need to say. And
it's outside. They even said on the latest thing or whatever you could listen to nowadays. I don't even know what to listen to anymore. But they said that outside is like way less of a chance of it spreading than if you had 50 people in the same room, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. I've been just keeping my distance. When I'm outside, I don't wear a mask. If I go into a store or gas station or restaurant, I wear my mask until like I'm eating something or whatever. But, yeah, I don't know.
If I go into a business, I just put it on. Though the people at this Volkswagen dealer, there was like 1 or 2 that was wearing one, but nobody else was.
Yeah.
I'll put it on just to be courteous to the people that are there, basically.
Yeah, a lot of places I've been putting it on, and I go in and nobody has theirs on, so then I just pull mine down. I got a bandana. I look like I'm about to rob the stagecoach.
Right. Yeah, well, like we go to the park and we go walking and wherever. We don't wear them when we're outside because it's not like there's strangers walking next to us or anything.
Yeah, it's not like you're going like a stranger. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you should have the car show. If people want to take the risk, let them do it. Whatever.
Yeah, I've been 4-wheeling like crazy and being out and about, and I don't know. I mean, it could be bad if nobody was doing it, but only time will tell.
I agree with wearing them inside. If you're inside, you're breathing a bunch of the same air as all the other people in there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. What?
I don't know.
So they did that. I didn't get to go. It's all right. I don't like going anywhere anyway because I don't have any money left. They're all going to Iowa. I think at the end of the month to Laura's aunt and uncle's house.
Cool.
Which I can't go because I used my vacation to go get my car. So
yeah,
I'm gonna stay here by myself, and then that weekend that they get back is Will's birthday, and my parents are coming out here.
Yeah,
the 11th or
awesome
10th.
That's awesome. See your Chargers doing?
They I think they were gonna go to Texas and see my sister like now, but I want to say my mom said that his white blood cell count was low, so they didn't want him to go, or they needed him to come in a few times Um, so I don't know. I don't know that I feel great about him getting on an airplane in going
Yeah,
through an airport, but
people like your dad is the reason I do wear my mask when I can. Um, yeah, I mean, because you don't know what your dad's going through. Like, if I was just some guy off the street, I don't know what your dad's going through. I don't know what his last year's been like, and it's been
mhm.
pretty tough. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's a hard thing. My ankle really hurts. I did something good. It's one of those pains that hurts. Or one of those hurts that makes you laugh.
It hurts so bad.
It
um,
does. It's like
uh,
hitting your phone.
I don't know that I was supposed to repeat this, but it's not like anyone listens to this other than my parents anyway. So, um, um, I won't even say. Somebody that works for the airlines was telling me that they're offering the employees these deals where they're expecting it to get really bad towards the end of the year, like August, September, October,
Yeah.
to where some airlines will probably go out of business. So they're offering them these deals of like 6 months, 12 months, or 18 months where you make 50% of your salary.
Yeah.
So you still get a paycheck every payday for half the amount. You
Okay.
still are employed. You still have all your benefits, including medical and all that crap. And then they can call you back to come back to work if they think they need people back. But you can take this, keep your job, make half the money, and then if you want, you can go get another job or not, whatever you want to do. But the point is, they're anticipating it to get really bad to where there's little to no business towards the end of the year.
I could see that. Definitely. Yeah. And I think I know who you're talking about. And I'm pretty nervous for that industry. I'm really happy I'm not currently in it. They just changed a bunch of my folks' flights, and they're coming July 11th. They were going to fly direct from Chicago. Well, they canceled or annulled that flight, and now they're having to do all sorts of craziness. So, yeah, I don't think we're out of the woods yet economically.
Yeah.
I'm doing my part. I don't know what else to do for people.
I mean, I can't do a whole lot. I can get.
Oh, you're doing plenty. You just dropped 14 G's.
Yeah, right. But like as far as businesses go, like we get food occasionally on a Friday night for dinner,
Yeah.
but we don't have the money to, we don't eat any more or less than we used to.
Yeah. I
Um,
think people need to continue what they were doing if they're able to. Um, and do what they're able to help support the economy and think about where you're spending your money. If you can, spend it local. Still has to make sense. Like, I've walked out of businesses that were local wanting to spend my money there, and they didn't want to help me. So I just said, take my money with me. Like, Steph wanted some Chaco sandals, which I guess are fancy sandals. And they're basically the same price everywhere you go, more or less. And I was like, well, we know this local business sells them, and they helped us with some stuff. So why don't we go buy them there versus buying them on Amazon? Stuff like that. Ooh, yeah, I'd go for that.
Not a sponsor.
Stuff like that, I think people need to be smart about and take care of businesses and people that matter, small businesses especially. And
Oh,
it has to make sense for you to be able to do it too. You can't go spend twice for the same product at a small business because it's a small business. Like, you need to go find a reasonable spot that you're comfortable with.
that reminds me. There's this business called I think it's called Froyo. It's like a frozen yogurt ice cream kind of place where you go
Yeah.
in and they got like 20 soft serve things and you pick your flavors, then you put toppings on it and they weigh it and that's how you pay them.
Yeah.
But it was a cool place. And then they had a thing where kids could play. It was like a projector on the floor, and when they step on it, reacts to whatever it is. Anyway, it was a pretty cool place. So 2 weekends ago, Will and I went to that car show at Sonic, and then we walked across the parking lot to go to that place. It's gone. It's like all the soft serve things are like missing out of the wall. Like the only thing that's left is the counter.
Yeah.
And we're like, damn it. Like, I wish I would have went there. I mean, if I would have gone there, we go there occasionally. I would have gone there. I just don't always think of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they closed because of all this or if they were on the way out anyway, but places like that we like to go, but we don't always think to go, and now they're gone.
So many businesses, big and small, run on such thin margins and are basically cash poor that if they're not supported, they're gone in a month or two. Like, it's not, oh, well, we're just eking along. They're like, nope, shut it down. We ain't got no money. We can't buy sprinkles at the frozen yogurt place. We can't buy sprinkles. Not only can we not buy sprinkles, we can't buy chocolate chips, and we can't buy this because we don't have any money to pay our vendors. They cut us off. So, ow, my ankle. So they have to shut the door if they can't sell anything. And then it only takes a couple weeks for the people that they owe money to, the vendors and whatnot, and they're like coming to get their equipment.
Yeah. I was listening to a restaurant owner on a podcast in California talk about they're going to allow them to open at like 40% capacity, but their profit margin was only like 14% anyway. So they're not even going to make enough to break even.
Yeah, that's the big thing about restaurants people don't understand is a good restaurant needs to fill every table, and the more tables they can put in means the more they can clear and the more efficient they can be. And every table you take out, think about it, if it seats 4 groups a night, let's say, roughly, each table on average, and each table is a 4 top, and it's about $100 bill, give or take, for every dinner, every group of 4 at that table. That's $400 of revenue through the door that you don't have every night, or at least 3 nights a week. That's $1,200 that you're missing out on. And yeah, you have overhead, you have the cost of the tables, you have the cost of the space that the table takes up, cost of the food, cost of the wait staff, cooks, everything else to be able to prepare meals for these people. But they run on thin margins. Restaurants, everybody thinks restaurants make money hand over fist. Mm-hmm. By the time you add everything in, they really barely make money most of the time.
The lady was saying that right before all the pandemic happened, she had all these a few construction sites going to build more restaurants, and she like emptied her bank account to pay for those to be done. And then it happened and the construction stopped, but the people that owned the property that she was building on wanted rent before the buildings were even completed. So she's just like, nope, here's the keys. I'm walking away from it. And they're like, why would you do that after you spent all this money? And she's like, because I can't pay you. So she said that after a week or two, when they found out that they can't get anybody else in there, they were like, oh, well, let's work something out.
Yeah, of course. Then they're like, oh, shit, nobody else is going to rent this either. Let's work out something with the people who are. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they're one of the lucky ones. A lot of places are like, okay, go fuck yourself, bye.
Mm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I would do if I had my own business and had to deal with this. But
it'd be scary, man. It'd be scary. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to do it. I was thinking about it before the Rona hit. Starting to make products for trucks and stuff and little metal pieces and whatnot, and it just it dried up pretty quick out there. I had a group of people who wanted to buy license plate brackets for these Colorado Bisons like mine. Mm-hmm. I had like 5 or 6 people that were like, yeah, I'm down, let me know. And then crickets. Hey, I got the equipment, I'm ready to go, who wants one? Nobody. Fucking nobody. And that was five people. I mean, it's not like a representative of the whole world, but
Mm-hmm.
as soon as you pull the trigger, and it's like, okay, well, good thing I didn't pay a lot for this tool, and it's something I wanted and needed anyway, but probably wouldn't have gone after it if I didn't think I had some people lined up to pay it off quicker.
Yeah, or if we would have actually went through with the brewery thing that we were trying to do years ago, I don't even know, 5-6 years ago, we were writing up a business plan to open a brewery, and
Yep.
man, if we would have done that, unless we were like raking it in, I'd probably be out of business.
And I think you're going to see a lot of that. And I think in the coming weeks and months, you're going to see a lot of businesses suffer. And I think a lot of that, too, is people went through this event, this experience, and it changed a lot of people. It changed a lot of habits. It changed a lot of things. Like, I don't care to go to town. I don't care to grocery shop. I don't care to go to Walmart. I used to enjoy walking around Walmart or Home Depot and just window shopping and, oh, I could use one of these or that'd be cool. I don't care to do that anymore. So I don't go to Home Depot and spend $20 every week. I guess I went to Lowe's last weekend, but I go to like maybe once every 3 or 4 weeks. I go to the hardware store and get something.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be a weekly, if not multiple times a week, shopper at Home Depot type stores. I just don't have a reason to right now. It's not important to me. I've been doing stuff. I've still been spending money at places, but different places than I used to.
I don't think that I leave the house any more or less than I did before, because a lot of times I would just rather stay home anyway, because it's the one day that I don't have to go anywhere.
You're you're very much a homebody, and not in a bad way, but you enjoy spending time in your space and just relaxing. That's what you do.
I always have, if nothing else, I got games I want to play. Other than that, I got videos that I want to make. And then I had actually 2 different video game developers. One of them sent me a key to his game on Steam for free, and so that I could make videos on it. If you've looked at my channel, it's the Alien survival game. It's really hard.
I'm looking at that a little bit. Yeah.
So
I'll be honest. I don't watch a lot of your video game videos because I'm not a game person, but I do click on them here and there. Like, oh, okay, cool.
Nobody does. But anyway, he sent me the code for that for free. So I made him a couple of videos, but it's so hard that I want to practice a little bit. He's been making updates to the game too to make it not so hard. I think he didn't realize how hard it was. But then there was another one that I liked a lot that I played before, and they're making like a second. It was supposed to be like an episode 2, but their first one was so popular that they like redesigned it into a new game. They sent me a survey that said we're looking for like closed alpha testers. So fill out the survey and send it to us, and maybe we'll pick you. So I did that. So I'm waiting to hear from them. That'd be really cool. Anyway, I get stuff like that every once in a while. The guy that sent me the Alien one, he sent me one. Oh man, it's probably been a year or 2 now. It was more like a puzzle game. Actually, he sent me 2 other ones. He sent me 3 games for free now. Anyway, so like I'll have the games I want to play, and then I'll have the stuff I'm trying to make videos on, and this thing we're doing now, and then I'll get those things where I'm like, I feel like I need to make this because this guy sent me this thing for free. Yeah. So I've got plenty of stuff. Like I was kind of hoping that I'd get a week or 2 off of work just so I could do that stuff.
Yeah, get caught up.
But
yeah, I've been doing a lot of welding and stuff lately and projects like that and really enjoying it. But like last night, I stayed up way too late. I was welding till like 10:30. I put everything away. I got inside. I got in bed at like 10:30. And I could not sleep. I was uncomfortable. I was hot all night, even though I have AC in this house. But I was hot. Oh, my God. And I didn't sleep until like midnight, and I get up at 4:30, and I'm just like, so right now I'm running on straight coffee. It's about 8 o'clock, and as soon as we're done here, I'm gonna go lay in bed.
Yeah, me too. I'm actually getting hungry. I think Will's probably going to bed right now.
Do you see my quarantine cut? How it's all sticking up
Kind of a little bit.
right here, back here. Man, it's bad. I look like who is that? Ralphie or no Alfalfa from Little Rascals? It's brutal. I
I'm
look
gonna
goofy.
I'm gonna have to get a trim because it's doing this thing where it kind of does this now,
You get the little curl. Yeah.
and then I gotta like put them behind my ears. It's
I
like
got a ways to go for that, but I'm trying to grow it back out because I mean I do kind of like a little bit longer hair than this. It hides my receding hairline.
yeah, I didn't realize how thin the top of my head is until I see like a picture. If someone takes a picture from behind me or something, I'm like, whoa.
Whoa, where's my hair? Yeah. All right, man. I don't know. I don't really have anything awesome. I did some wheeling. It was awesome. I'm very happy with that. I'm trying to stay happy.
Yeah,
Stuff
I want to do
harder.
that. I did some rock climbing with my truck years ago.
Yeah.
And it was more than I should have done. And it did it without any problem. So like I would feel okay taking my truck along with you, except it's really long and it's really
Yeah.
heavy and it's really loud and it's really hot.
Silverton is probably not the best place for your truck. As much as it would be awesome.
And it's really stiff.
Yeah, you need flex and you need good tires and you need
No
to not
power.
break down 'cause I can't tow that thing back out. And you need to be able to turn pretty tight. Like my truck is a boat up there.
It'll turn tight, I think, to the right, like really tight, but not to the left.
Well, the problem with switchbacks is there's like one to the left and then one to the right, and then one to the left and then one to the right.
It seems like it's a little long for that. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. We'll bring you with in the truck, and then you'll be like, "Oh man, I'm gonna sell this piece of shit Volkswagen and buy an awesome off-road mobile and go awesome off-road."
I like the renting side by side idea. I think that'd be really cool because then I'll have something that I know can do it, and then Laura, and then Will, and then Gwen, if she comes along, we can kind of all ride together. Which not four of us can fit in my truck anyway.
No, or you can rent a Jeep. Jeeps are fun too, and they're usually a little less than a side by side. Strangely enough.
Yeah, that would work.
But
That'd work too.
a lot of-
Yeah, maybe one day, maybe next year when I got vacation again, if nothing else happens.
Yeah, I don't have much vacation. My folks will be here in a couple of weeks, and then I'm saving up my vacation for an epic road trip next summer. It's gonna be awesome in June.
Yeah, and that's next year, eh?
Huh? But I'll have some here and there after June. But if I do everything right, it'll be about 3 weeks right now that I'll have saved up, and I'm gonna make a sweet, epic 3-week road trip to the southernmost and back.
I don't know that I get more time as the years go on. Laura gets like freaking 3 or 4 weeks or something. That's why they're going to Iowa, because she's got vacation she's got to burn.
I get 2 weeks a year, and next year I think I get 3 weeks a year, and or I don't know, another year and a half or so. Steph gets like crazy hours PTO because her sick time and her leave are all in the same PTO. Mm-hmm. She's got like, I don't know, 2 weeks of time she has to take sometime.
And that kind of sucks because Will's going to go, and they've got a boat, and they've got a lake, or a lake close to them at least, and they're going to go fishing and do all this stuff that I'm not going to get to do with my son. But yeah. I can't go unless I want to take like a week of no pay.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe he's just young enough that he won't remember I wasn't there.
It's not going to be a big deal. He'll go have fun, and he'll be back, and then you guys can go fishing when he's back. Don't sweat it, man. You'll be fine. I know it sucks, but that's kind of how I am. I don't get to go do everything I want to do because I don't have that much vacation time where I'm at.
I don't know. I better go see if anyone's still awake. And
All right, here, man.
oh, I was
go to
gonna.
bed.
You're saying how you stayed up too late. I did that. I got it. I started playing this game that I hadn't played in years. So Laura would go to bed at like 8:15. I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna go play for a little bit, and then I'll be playing, and I'm like, it's like 10:30. Or I go to bed. So I was only sleeping for like 5 hours a night for like 4 days in a row.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a new watch also. I had to fight with them to get a new damn watch for 3
But you got
weeks.
a new one. Woo-woo. It looks fancy. There you go. Ooh.
My heart rate is 79. I walked 16,000 steps today.
Jesus.
5,000 calories. That's like a normal day. But I had to fight with them for 3 weeks until they're like, okay, here you go. I ended up getting the newer version. I could either get a free of the old one I had or get the new one for 50% off. So I did the new one. It's better.
Upgrade.
But, all right. That's all I got for right now, I guess.
All right, I'm going to bed too. I will talk to you later. Have a good week. Good luck with your car stuff. I don't know. I'm just going to try and get through the week.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now. If I can get through the week, I'll be okay till next week. If anyone has any lawyers or anyone they would think they can help me, let me know.
Best of luck. Good luck with that.
Good luck with that. All right, see you next time.